In this video, we're going to talk about how to convert an octal number into a decimal number. Same as before, in decimal to octal. Now, we're going to determine how to convert an octal number into a decimal number. Let's start by writing the problem here. 566 with a base number of 8. Now, how can we convert into an octal, decimal number? Well, first, you are gonna have to multiply it. Start by the ones and put it 8 to the power of 0, then then the tens, put 8 to the power of 1, and in the 5 hundredths, put it 8 to the power of 2. Now we're going to solve this. Alright, so 5 times 8 to the power of 2 plus 6 times 8 to the power of 1 plus 6 times 8 to the power of 0. Now how can we convert it into a decimal number? First, put 5 here, and then 8 to the power of 2 is 64 plus 6 times 8 to the power of 1 is 48, and then 6 times 8 6 to the power of 6 times 8 to the power of 0 is 6 times 1, because 8 to the power of 0 is equal to 1. 6 times 1. Alright, now we have the problem here. And now we need to multiply these numbers to get the result of our decimal. So 64 times 5 is 320 plus 48 plus 6. Alright, 320 plus 48 plus 6 is equal to 374. Alright, now we got the decimal number of 566 with a base number of 8. So 374 with a base number of 10, because 10 is the base number of the decimal system. Let's try another one. Try solving this. Try to convert this number into a decimal number. Remember, this is an octal number. You can pause the video if you want to keep up. So do the same process again. 8 to the power of 0, 8 to the power of 1, and 8 to the power of 2. Alright, now we have all the values. Now let's solve for our decimal number here. 8 times 8 to the power of 2 plus 3 times 8 to the power of 1 plus 5 times 8 to the power of 0. Now we'll do the same process again, but this time we multiply these. Multiply these by 2. 8 times 64 plus 24, because 8 to the power of 1 is 8, so that is considered 24. plus 5 times 8 to the power of 0 is 5 times 1. Remember, 8 to the power of 0 is equal to 1. You don't need to multiply it. So 64 times 8 is equal to 512 plus 24 plus 5 is equal to 541. That's the decimal number of problem number 2. 541 to the power of 10. That's the decimal number here. Let's try another problem. Try to convert it into a decimal number. This is 968 with a base number of 8. So how can we convert it? Do the same process again. 8 to the power of 0, 8 to the power of 1, and 8 to the power of 2. So solve it again like we did a while ago. So 9 times 8 to the power of 2 plus 6 to the power of 8 to the power of 1 plus 8 times 8 to the power of 0. Do the same process again. Multiply the values. 9 times 64 plus 48 plus 8 times 1. Alright, now we have the solution right here. Now let's multiply these. 64 times 9 is 576 plus 48 plus 8 is 576 plus 48 plus 8 is equivalent to 632. So that's the decimal number of problem number 3. 632 with a base number of 10. Let's try solving with 4 digits. Here's another problem, but we will solve 4 digits in an octal number. Try to find the decimal number in this problem. Alright, so we have 1238 with a base number of 8. Do the same process again, but this time 8 to the power of 0, 8 to the power of 1, 8 to the power of 2, and 8 to the power of 3. So we'll solve 1 times 8 to the power of 3 plus 2 to the power of 8. 2 times 8 to the power of 2 plus 3 times 8 to the power of 1 plus 8 times 8 to the power of 0. Do the same again, multiply the values by 2. Okay, so 8 to the power of 3 is equal to 512 plus 2. 8 to the power of 2 is 64. Then 3 times 8, 24, plus 8 times 1. Alright, now we have the solution right here. So 512 times 1 is 512. 64 times 2 is 120. Plus 24 plus 8. Okay, 512 plus 128 plus 24 plus 8 is equal to 672. Is equal to 672. That's the decimal number of this problem. Alright, let's try another one. Solving an octal number but with 4 digits in a number. Alright, now we have the fifth problem here. Do the same process again. Multiply it by 2 and you will get the decimal number in this problem. 8 to the power of 0. Remember, start by the ones. 8 to the power of 1, 8 to the power of 2, and 8 to the power of 3. Alright, so we need to solve again. 4 times 8 to the power of 3 plus 8 times 8 to the power of 3, 2, 9 times 8 to the power of 1 plus 5 times 8 to the power of 0. Alright, multiply the values again. 4 times 512 because 8 times 8 to the power of 3 is equal to 512, and plus 8 times 64 plus 4 times 8 is 32. Wait. Four times 8 is 32, right. Plus 5 times 1. Alright, so we will solve this. So 512 times 4 is 2048 plus 48 plus 64 times 8 is 512 plus plus 42 plus 5. Alright, so 2048 plus 512 plus 32 plus 5 is equal to 2597. So that's our decimal number. Now let's try to solve our last problem. But this time, this problem is going to be 5 digits. Alright, here we go. I'm just gonna solve this on my own. You can pause the video if you want to. Just gonna solve this right here. We're almost done. Alright, now we have the solution in this problem here. Now let's try to solve it. 4096 times 2 is equal to 8192 plus 512 times 8 is 4096 plus 64 times 9 is 576 plus 40 plus 9. Alright, so let's solve this. $8,192 plus 4,096 plus 576 plus 40 plus 9 is equal to 12,930. Now that's the decimal number of this problem. So that would be all. And next video I'm going to upload that's how to convert a decimal number into a hexadecimal number. And there, we have solved the last problem here. Thank you guys for watching. Next video I'm going to upload my conversion of the decimal number into a hexadecimal number. So stay safe and goodbye.